guys, I'm gonna do another video as always, and I know I'm tired of saying as always. I'm doing another video, of course. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about is it's actually gonna be another piercing video. I just want to share, like my experience with it. It's gonna be another piercing involving, my tongue piercing. But I wanted to share with you guys or give you a little heads up on specific tongue rings that I found that, could be a little annoying and, what they feel around your mouth and etc. So this video is basically for anyone that, just got their tongue pierced and wanted to figure out what kind of rings to get, what rings would be comfortable in their mouth, what would be, good for their teeth, etc. So this is what I'm going to talk about today in regards to of that. Okay, so of course, I made a video, I believe it was about a month ago, about my tongue piercing experience when I got it done. I had gotten mine done over a year ago, so basically mine's, it's like over a year old or so, and this is actually my tongue piercing. I'm just going to give you guys, like a close-up of it. Okay, so that's my tongue piercing. This is actually the kind of tongue ring I have in my mouth actually is a steel barbell. So it's not really basically like the steel barbell that was in my mouth. Of course, for those of you that are going to get your tongue pierced, again, the barbell would be like steel, like this one, but not glint. It'd just be a plain one, but it'll be about this big, I believe, because your tongue has to swell and all that. So I was told from other people, actually I was like the only person I remember that somebody been telling me, and I read a little bit about it online, is that don't try to wear the steel barbells that much, and if you wear them, just be very, very careful with them because they can crack your teeth. Like, this is a steel barbell, and in my opinion, in my part, I haven't had like any experiences. I don't remember when I had the long barbell in. I remember a little bit where I would like bite it a little bit from time to time, but it wasn't really that bad. And I like the steel barbells. In my opinion, I like the steel barbells because the steel barbells, they're shiny. It really gives like a good, for people to notice there's something in your mouth type of thing. So it's really shiny, really cute. And I like the steel barbells in my opinion, but my advice, for those who likes the steel barbells and not the plastic, or just new to the whole piercing thing, try not to get the one, if you're going to wear a steel one, just be careful, about your teeth and how you chew and all of that, and just be very careful with it. That's what I do. Okay, so the next rings I'm going to actually show you is I'm just going to give you full analyze of my rings, because how I get barbells, I usually get them from Body Candy. They're really good. So, like, they got all kinds of barbells, all kinds of belly button rings. That's where now at this time I get belly button rings and get tongue barbells at the website, and I've been ordering them constantly, and I just want to show you guys recently what I ordered. Okay, I have a tongue, a belly button piercing, and this is kind of like the belly button ring that I bought. It's like a gem. It's my favorite color, purple, and it really caught my eye. I have like a whole bunch of them that I saved the web pages on my tablet and on my cell phone. I actually bookmark them so I know that when I get paid and I go like, oh, I want another barbell, I order them, like that. And they usually take about a week to get to you, especially if you live over in the West End. They actually ship them from New York, so it takes less than a week, for it to come to your door. And they're really good place, you know, to have, you know, like tongue rings and barbells. If you know, if the tongue ring either gets cracked or broken, or if this thing, like this little jiggly part here, would break off, all you have to do is call them and they'd be more than happy to send you another one within a week. Yeah, and they're really, really good. So I recommend you to actually go there if you guys are completely clueless. BuyCandy.com. They have everything in there. They have every ring for any piercing that you have, whether it's snake eyes, nipple. You know, they have belly chains there. That and Esty is ESTY.com. They have all kinds of jewelry there, especially belly chains. But that's going to be saved for another video. I want to do that in another video because I do have a belly chain. I want to share my experience on that. Okay, so before I go way out of the way, let me just go ahead and discuss about some of the rings that are these are the rings that I found that I had purchased, whether I purchased them, you know, at a local mall or purchased them at a on the website. Most of them I purchased at Body Candy themselves. So I noticed that when I order them and I put them in my mouth, they tend to feel, you know, a little funny, and they give me a lips, meaning like they have me talk like th, and you know, most of the time people don't understand what I'm saying, or say and don't understand why in the world I'm talking like that, or your words just come out really th. And that's the thing that I find annoying. So I just want to share with you guys, you know, like a little heads up on, you know, analyze every ring from my experience, you know, how they feel in my mouth and etc. So I have some right here. These are this is the first one I want to call. It's called a doorknob ring here. Okay, I'm going to close up the camera for you. Okay, this is a doorknob ring. This is the bottom. This is the top of it. And I know there's like some of you that's probably saying, you know, how in the world you managed to put that in your mouth. But it's really, really different. It's different than a normal round barbell because of this little thing here. And it feels really funny. It's like it's really neat when I got it. When I put it in my mouth, it'll be, you know, really fun to play with. Like, you can just flip this thing back and forth with your teeth. Sometimes it'll stay like this. Other times I try to push it like in this angle and it goes back to that angle. But it's really fun to play with. But the thing about this ring here is like people could definitely see it in your mouth. People would be a little curious, you know, as to know what is that in your mouth. Like, you know, is that like a horseshoe or a doorknob or something? And plus, it's really, really beneficial if you have a boyfriend and you have a tongue piercing and you want to actually, you know, experiment a little bit. It really, really helps on that part. The last guy I was saying, I actually had worn it, you know, that one night, and he was like commenting about, you know, how good it feels and all. But I'm not going to be, you know, there's no disclaimers there, but I'm just giving you guys, you know, a little analyze on, you know, the pros and cons of this ring. So you can put it in your mouth and it feels like it feels a little weird, out of the norm. And the thing about it is, for me, is that it gets really annoying when you're eating. Like I could eat a sandwich and eat fries or eat whatever. Sometimes this part would get caught in my teeth and I end up chewing on it by accident. A couple times that has happened. And I think one time I bite on it so hard that I was afraid that I was going to actually chip my teeth and had to go to the dentist. But I'm glad it wasn't really that bad. And this one right here, this is steel. This is like another steel. So it's like double the risk because it's steel. And plus it has this little thing around here where you can, you know, easily chip your teeth. So I would say, like, if you guys are like curious about it, my advice is just try to be careful, especially around this little piece right here, this part, because it can get caught in your teeth and all that. So I would say be careful on that. And it gives you like a lips. It gives you a lip. So just beware, like if you're trying to speak, you have to speak as wide as possible, you know, just with your S's and, you know, the way your mouth is shaped. Every mouth is different. So you have to be like really, really careful about on that part. Okay, so I'm going to put this one down. So the next one I want to discuss, I have right here, is this barbell here. Let me put it up to the camera. This is called a Jolly Ranger tongue ring. Okay, because you see the little thing that's moving back and forth, that is a Jolly Rancher. So I believe like it's supposed to make, you know, if you put it in your mouth and you have the little thing in the middle, it's supposed to, you know, make them believe that you're basically sucking on a lifesaver. I'm sorry, it's not lifesaver, it's Jolly, it's not Jolly Ranger, it's Lifesaver. I apologize. I'm such a Jolly Ranger fan, less of a Lifesaver. I don't even know why I got this, but it's cute. Because again, it's actually my favorite color, purple, and that's what attracted me. They have other colors, and I actually got this at Body Candy, as well as the other ones. They have other colors like blue. They even this is the color that I did not really want. I want a colorful one, like all rainbow, so it'd be like an actual lightsaber and it'd be really, really cute. But unfortunately, they were sold out of those, so this was the only thing that I could get. Okay, so I don't have any trouble, you know, with the ring and stuff. I put it in my mouth. It feels, you know, a little funny because of the little Jolly Ranger piece. And again, it's something you can play with your tongue and teeth, with your piercing. It's also another tickler, if you know what I mean. If you have a partner, it's also another tickler. And that kind of thing. I wouldn't, ooh, I'm sorry. I almost dropped it. Okay, I got it. Back to what I was saying. I wouldn't really like recommend like be really careful chewing, I guess, because this one is not really as bad as that one, because the Jolly Ranger on this one is plastic. It's not steel, it's plastic. So I guess if I noticed that if I chew on it, it's not really that bad. It's not danger to my teeth or anything. So it's really, really neat and cute, and it feels a little odd, but it's not really worth the risk. But this part right here, the barbell, is steel, of course. So that you wouldn't really have to worry about, because I think with the Jolly Ranger, it's actually, I didn't even know it was loose. It's actually really steel. I mean, really safe for your teeth. So this one is like, it's uncomfortable. It's like a little odd, but it's not really that bad. It's not really risky as the last one that I showed you. That one's extremely risky. So this is a Jolly Ranger Lifesaver. Lifesaver barbell. I'm just gonna put it right here like this. Okay, for you guys, check it out. Okay, so I'm gonna close that one out. And the next one I want to talk about is let me see if I have any more. Okay, so the next one I wanted to talk about is this one right here. This is called I'm not sure what this one's called. I forgot the name of it. It looks like somewhat like a knob, but I'm not really sure about what this one's called. This is just this is a tongue ring that I got around last holiday, where I was looking for tongue rings. I didn't have enough, and I just took mine out and etc. So I'm not really sure what kind of name it is. All I know is that I also got this one for Body Candy, and when I ordered it and I actually got it home, and I put it in my mouth and all that, it felt completely different. The only thing I didn't really like about it is just because it's this part around the hole here, like that part here, and it's like I could really basically feel, it's kind of like I can't really describe the feeling, but it's something like completely odd, like an odd feeling. Like it didn't feel like quite as comfortable, and it's kind of like my least favorite. It's my least favorite. It's not kind, it's my least favorite, because I haven't even worn the thing since the time I bought it, and it's been like last winter that I bought it. And again, you know, it's on a steel barbell, so it's really, really odd. It feels funny. Do I remember it giving me lifts? Not that I could think of. All I know is that it was just incredibly, somewhat comfortable in my mouth when, you know, trying to get adjusted to it, and I had to take it out right away. So I wouldn't really recommend this one if you guys, you know, actually come across a ring. Let me show it to you. This is the top. This is the bottom. This is the top part again. So if you guys ever come across, you know, a ring that looks like this, I would say, just be curious at your own risk, and share your experiences if you don't like it, etc. So, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this one down. All right, and my last one I wanted to talk about is this barbell. I believe this barbell is called a flat surface tongue ring, meaning that the top, as you can see, the top is flat, the bottom is like a round ball, but the top is flat. Okay, this one is also another barbell that is very odd when you put it in your mouth. If you were to find one of these, I know they got these all over the place. I ordered one for Body Candy, and now it's somewhere on the dresser somewhere. But this one I did not order at Body Candy because it has the dots. This is the one that I got from a local mall in Maryland, and I remember going in the shop and actually seeing it. And the girl was like, these barbells are kind of different. It kind of feels really uncomfortable in your mouth. So she was kind of giving me a heads up. But I was saying, don't worry about it. I really want to try. I'm curious about, the tongue rings and all that. And, she was being very, very truthful. I keep dropping these rings. She was being really truthful. It does feel funny in your mouth. Like, it feels like you're sucking on a piece of candy. And, the candy is just still in your mouth, and you just feel like, it feels like the size of like if you're sucking on a piece of candy. Also, this thing gives you a lift. I remember when I was wearing it one day for work, I noticed that when the manager was trying to talk to me and I was trying to talk to her, I noticed I was lip-syncing a little bit. I was doing a little bit, and it was kind of confusing. Also, one of my co-workers actually noticed, that he didn't know that I had a tongue ring. He was like, you got a tongue ring? I'm like, yeah, I got a tongue ring. So it's really noticeable because of the lips. It's really uncomfortable, somewhat uncomfortable. And you gotta be careful, how you eat. It's not really that bad, but it depends on how you move your tongue around when you eat. So you gotta be careful about that part as well. As for it being like a tickler, it could be somewhat like a tickler. It's not really a mega tickler like the first barbell I showed you. But if you want to try it, it's up to you. It's not really important. But I haven't worn the thing in like last fall, so it's just been like sitting there like, oh. Okay, so those are the 4 barbells that I have, that I own. I know there's a ton of barbells that I really want to experiment with. Like, I heard they have, like vibrating tongue rings. They have rings that shake like a pill, tongue rings. They have tongue rings, with the flat surface shaped like an eye. They have those with all kinds of designs and everything. So this is like basically like part 1 of what I want, to actually discuss with you guys about. And lastly, I want to see if there's anything else that I wanted to show you. Yeah, I actually want to show you. Let me show you these 2 real quick, and then I'm just going to wrap it up. Okay, this one right here. Okay, this is a barbell. That's where for those of you that want to get your tongue pierced, or you worrying about the safety of your teeth. This is a barbell here. Now this barbell is still in the middle, but these 2 balls right here, they're actually plastic. And the plastic is really, really good on your teeth. It's like you can have a tongue ring and it feels really, really comfortable. But I noticed that with plastic tongue rings, they're very, very comfortable. They're safe for your teeth. It's like you barely don't even feel them. It's kind of like it's kind of like something that you can't basically feel. I don't want to go into detail, but you guys know what I mean. So these are plastic. I actually have like a couple of these. This one is another one. It's kind of like with a steel barbell, but this one with the plastic balls is really plastic, so it doesn't do nothing to your teeth. So yeah, so it doesn't do nothing. It's not nothing bad or anything like that. Yeah, it's really, really good. So it's best to just go ahead and get as much plastic as you can. If you want to be concerned about your teeth and not have any problems with your teeth, then it's really best to get the plastic. it's best not to stay with the steel because I remember looking at a video where there was this female that actually had to take her tongue ring out after 10 years because she had a whole lot of tooth problems and all that. I'm not sure, about her history, but she basically took a video, with her have to take out her tongue ring because she had no other choice because of teeth issues. So I don't know about her history, but I just want to, let you guys know that that was a plastic barbell. And lastly, if for those of you that want to wear, your tongue ring in the workplace without it being noticed, this is my last thing here. Okay, this is a barbell. As you can see, it's really, really small, really, really, really small, barely seen to the eye. And this was recommended. I didn't really get this at Body Candy. This was one that there was a female that worked at a it was one of those Pagonda. If all you know about Pagonda, they really sell, they sell jewelry, they sell body jewelry, etc. And I went to one of those booths and I was asking her, I said that you helped me out by two tongue rings, because a couple months earlier I had two tongue rings, right? She had recommended me to two tongue rings because I was complaining to her about working in the workplace and have to talk with a lot of people and don't want my tongue ring to be seen, don't want to give anybody any ideas or anything like that. And I was telling her, is there any way, do you guys have some that, like a camouflage for my tongue, or can you give me some advice on some tongue rings that won't be that bad with my tongue ring. I mean, be that bad for me actually showing my tongue ring, because some of the times I really don't want to show it, other times it shows its own self when I speak. And she gave me two of them that matched to the color of my tongue. And they were working really, really good, but the only problem was that I lost them. Like, I wrapped them up in tissue. I have a vehicle, so every time when I go to work, I take them out of my mouth and I put them in my little cubby batch in the middle. And so mistakenly, I ended up throwing it out thinking that it was used tissue. And another woman actually recommended me to do this. Get a plastic bag, and I want to give you guys an advice. If you have to actually take your tongue ring out, get a plastic bag from the kitchen and put your tongue ring in the plastic bag. Put it somewhere like in your pocketbook, or guys, put it in your back pocket or whatever. That way you have it, and that way you won't accidentally throw it away. Because that was my advice on that. So I wanted to give you guys this thing here. This one right here is like, I noticed that when I wear it, it's not really, seen by a lot of people. So it's really small, really comfortable and all that. And it's not really, that bad. I can barely feel it in my mouth. It's really, really comfortable. It's almost like it's 14 karat. It's not real or anything. It's 14 karat plated, but I like the size because it's not that much attention. So I just want to show it to you guys here. In there. So it's really, really small if you guys can see it. Yeah. Oh. So I almost dropped it there. So it's not really that bad. I feel like if you were to get a ring like that, you can easily go to work without being noticed. Nobody won't complain about your tongue ring or anything like that. Because I know sometimes you wear the tongue rings with them big old mega barbells. I haven't gotten one like that. I would love to get me one to wear on my day off, but I know there's all kinds of rings, especially like the doorknob one that people can really see and people be bitching about it, which I feel that, people should be free to wear their own piercings, like their nose piercing, their eyebrow piercings and all that. If you wear it, flaunt it, get it. Yeah, so, yeah, so that's all that I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Okay, so let's see. I talked about rings that are very uncomfortable with lips, plastic barbells, and talked about rings to wear in the workplace. And I really wish that I could have those other two rings to share with you guys, but unfortunately I have lost them. But if I ever come across any rings that that I noticed that when I wear in the workplace, there's not much attention, or I notice there's not much attention to my mouth, I'd be more than happy to make future videos about it. And yeah, so that's all that I'm going to talk about with you guys today. Thumbs up if you like the video, hopefully. And if you guys have any questions about any barbells or any of my barbells that I talked about today, you're welcome to comment down in the links below. As far as the body websites, I can actually put them down in the description so you guys could check it out. Hopefully the links will work. And I thank you guys so much for watching, and me and my tongue ring said, bye bye.